This is Mr. Beck.
Mysterio?
You can call me Quentin. But you handled yourself well out there today. Saw what you did with the tower. We could use someone like you on my world.
I'm sorry, your world?
Mr. Beck is from Earth, just not ours.
There are multiple realities, Peter. This is Earth, Dimension 616. I'm from Earth 833. We share identical physical constants, level 4 symmetry.
Are we being punked? I hate that.
Silence, fool!
Hey everyone, your friendly neighborhood ELT here, and today we are talking about Spider-Man Far From Home, in particular, the new trailer that we got, and my feelings for the movie after watching the trailer several times. Now of course, on the internet, people are going at it left and right. Some loved it, some hated it, etc, etc. Now instead of me coming on here and calling anyone who disagrees with my opinion toxic, God, I hate that word so much nowadays, I'm just going to give you my honest thoughts of the trailer, and if you agree with me, that's great. If you don't, then piss off. I'm kidding. If you don't, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Now, after digesting the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer for the past few days, I can now say with confidence that I am really excited for this movie. Probably more excited than I was for Homecoming, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. Now I forgot to mention that the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out this past Monday, and I did make a reaction video to it, so if you haven't done so yet, please go check that out. But basically, I thought that this new trailer that we got for the movie was good. Like, really, really good in my opinion, because it did everything that a trailer is supposed to do. It A, got me even more hyped for the movie than I already was, especially after watching Endgame, and B, left me with some questions and allowed my brain to do some speculating. First, let's start off with why I'm hyped. Obviously, reason number one, it's because it's Spider-Man. You told me that there's a new Spider-Man movie coming out, and you basically already have my money. Also, Mysterio's design looks amazing. Reason number two, it looks like they've addressed some of the issues I had with Homecoming and Tom Holland's portrayal as Peter Parker / Spider-Man. First of all, it looks like we're getting a lot more action in this film, and that was something I felt Homecoming lacked. There wasn't really any big major action scenes in the movie, especially between Spidey and the Vulture. They really didn't battle it out that much in the movie. And from the looks of things, we're getting a lot more action in this movie, with Spider-Man battling Hydro and Molten Man, and hopefully an epic, climactic, mind-blowing battle with Mysterio in the end, filled with gigantic set pieces and crazy illusions from Quentin Beck. And secondly, it's showing more maturity from Tom Holland's Peter Parker. The way the trailer is put together, it looks like by the end of the film, with the loss of his mentor Tony Stark, rest in peace, and the inevitable turn Mysterio is going to do on Peter, Peter's finally going to man up and become the responsible man we all know he can be. As for his Spider-Man, he already seems more laid back and sassy than overly giddy like he was in Homecoming, almost coming off like a little child at times.
And then he just like swooped down like a monster, and he picked me up and he took me up at like 1,000 feet and just dropped me. How'd you find me? Did you put a tracker in my suit or something?
I put everything in your suit, including this heater.
Whoa. That's better, thanks.
However, I did enjoy his little science nerd-out moment he had while talking about the multiverse, as it felt like something comic book Peter Parker would also do.
I'm sorry, you're saying there's a multiverse? Because I thought that was just theoretical. I mean, that completely changes how we understand the initial singularity. It's insane. Sorry.
And his interactions with the NYPD officers also look like something out of a comic book.
You gonna be the next Iron Man now?
Well, no, I don't have time. I'm too busy doing your jobs.
What?
I'm kidding. Look, keep up the good work. Because I am going on vacation.
Speaking of the multiverse part in the trailer, that leads us to the third reason why I'm not only hyped for this movie, but why my brain has been running wild over the past few days, speculating what's next for the future of not only Spider-Man, but the MCU as a whole. Firstly, let's address the elephant in the room. Mysterio saying that he's from another Earth can indeed be a lie. If you ever read a Spider-Man comic book or watched the cartoons that had Mysterio in it, then you should know that Quentin Beck is not only a master of special effects illusions, but he's also a con artist, a flat-out liar most of the time. However, that doesn't mean that the multiverse isn't in fact coming to the MCU, because I believe that it is. Just think, the Earth of the MCU has experienced not one, not two, but 3 total snaps from the Infinity Stones. One from Thanos to wipe out half the population, one from Hulk to bring back the half Thanos wiped out, and the final snap from Tony Stark erasing Thanos and his army from existence. Who's not to say that any of those snaps caused a breach into the multiverse? I think that it did, and it makes perfect sense, not only for MCU storytelling, but because of the behind-the-scenes new Fox-Disney deals that went down. The multiverse can not only help introduce characters like Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool to the MCU, which I'm pretty sure they'll find a hilarious way to do it, like having him inside the 20th Century Fox boardroom, and once they sign the deal to bring them over to Disney and the ink dries, a portal opens up and he jumps right through it, landing into the MCU. But they can also reintroduce us to the X-Men by having the multiverse bring mutants over to the MCU. However, most importantly, and most likely, the multiverse can finally bring over to the MCU Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four, and introduce Doctor Doom as the next big threat. And who knows, in another 10 or so years from now, we could get a Secret Wars movie, maybe we'll see Galactus. The possibilities are just endless with the multiverse coming into play. And after Avengers Endgame, just when I thought I was done with big MCU Avengers movies, they pulled me right back in, and I am so ready for Spider-Man Far From Home and the next phase of the MCU. Also, if the multiverse can bring us a live-action Spider-Verse movie, with not only Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but also the return of Andrew Garfield and the GOAT, Tobey Pizza Time Maguire, and maybe even throw in Tom Hardy's Venom into the mix, then I could finally die happy. But until then, this is your friendly neighborhood ELT, signing out.
I'm sorry, you're saying there's a multiverse?
You don't want any part of this.
Oh no, smoke. Whatever will I do?
Please click the big red button to subscribe to the channel, and then click on the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. It really helps me out when you do that, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to go the extra mile, you can join the ELT Network, and for just $5 a month, get access to exclusive loyalty badges that can be seen in comments and live chat, custom emojis, and exclusive videos and or live streams. Or if you prefer something more physical, you can pick up some merch ranging from shirts to hoodies to mugs. You can also follow me on social media, but I must warn you, things get pretty crazy over there. All these links and more can be found in the description of the video.